I recently just got Clip Studio Paint. Let's do a first impressions video of what I think about it. On the Black Friday weekend, Clip Studio Paint was on offer for, at the very least, 40% off. I think it might have even been 50% off, which was insane. And I thought, what better time to get this drawing program than the Black Friday sale? However, I'd never used it before, so I downloaded the trial and tried it out for a few hours to see how I would like it. This video is going to have a combination of different things, so it's going to have live reactions to some features, and other features I'm going to talk about in commentary over the top of sped up clips of just random pictures that I've done in Clip Studio Paint, whether they're from the Drawing Your OCs video, which was last week's video by the way, or just my warm-up sketches. This video might not cover every single feature of Clip Studio Paint because I'm finding new things out about this program pretty much every single day at this point, which is great. It's nice to have a program that actually challenges me to learn something new instead of going back to my habits of paint tool sigh. What I'm saying is this video is in no way a tutorial, please don't treat it as such. In terms of Clip Studio Paint, the first thing I want to talk about is actually my setup. Now, weirdly enough, this is something that is relevant. Now, I used to use XSplit all the time. I used it for streaming, for screen recording, all of my videos, they were all done with XSplit. I've had to change to OBS because Clip Studio Paint was incredibly laggy with XSplit, and it was such an annoying thing to do because I know OBS is kind of easy to use, but for somebody who is always stuck in her ways with programs or art materials or just anything in general, just trying to switch programs as well as the streaming software is, yeah, it wasn't fun, but I had to do it if I wanted to give this program a fair chance. Before I made my mind up in buying Clip Studio Paint Pro, what I decided to do was just try out the trial version, see how that can go. Now, if you want to try out the trial version of Clip Studio Paint, you can. It's completely free, and you can get the full version of the trial if you actually sign up on their website, which is really, really good. Because if you don't sign up on the website, you can't save anything that you create on the program, which sucks. So first of all, while trying out the trial version, I had a feel for what the pencil tool was like. Obviously, this was also while the whole XSplit OBS thing was going down. So I tried it with OBS and it worked very well, but the pencil tool was like magic. It just felt really good. And I've said in previous live streams that I thought that Critter, I don't know how to pronounce it, that pencil tool is pretty good, but it's got nothing, absolutely nothing on Clip Studio Paint's pencil tool. I'm liking it. It looks really good, oh my god. This pencil brush, it's like Critter, but like so much more smoother. During one of my previous live streams, live on stream, I found out that Clip Studio Paint, while I was starting to use it, actually had a pattern tool where it was basically brush presets, and I loved it. Here is the live reaction of when I found it for the first time. I'm confused. Wait, have I just found some mythical thing that doesn't exist in any other program? Wait. What? Oh! Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, I need a new layer. Just to oh, yes. There's a rainbow. Oh, there's flowers. Oh my god. I'm just adding really, really random stuff to the back of the Drawing Your OCs just for fun. Oh my god. This would be a great thing for like one of like Ruby's pieces. Like one of my characters. Oh my god. Ah. Sorry, I'm having a lot of fun. There's cherry blossoms. Hello up there. Oh no. My hair's kind of wet because it's, I had a shower. I am new to this. There's little cows. Oh. Oh no, there is some feely artwork in your future. Because there is a blood splatter. There's musical notes, which is really cute. Oh my god, that's adorable. Oof, those blood splatters though. Ooh, bubbles. Nothing like blood splatters with bubbles and sparkles. Ruining images while I'm doing this. I already love this program. Also, this chain is everything. There's a braid. Ooh, that's pretty. I can see all of like my princess characters just having this on their dress now. I'm having so much fun with this. Simple frill. This will be used on everything. I cannot tell you how much like clothing folds on dresses. Please don't crash on me. Cherry blossom petals. I will be using this everywhere. Roses! Trying to draw flowers is probably one of the bane of my existence. There's different types of flowers. Hours of bouquet drawing have been spared by this tool. Yes! Grass is the bane of my existence when drawing. Are you mocking me, Canary? Even singular blades of grass, even that has been sorted by this tool. What can't this tool do? This was always something that I never knew I needed. Hang on. Caution! Feels! Don't ask me why I do this. It's like, there's soap bubbles. Kind of gives this picture a little bit more risque kind of look. Probably not the best idea to put the bubbles in. The wooden fence. And it straightens out automatically? What is this? There's iron fence as well. There's telephone poles. Ooh, rubble. Rubble looks cool. A barbed wire brush. Oh my god. There's a mass of rock. The colours that I have currently make it look like clouds or like puffs of smoke. And there is actually a cloud brush. Well, this one's more like a stamp brush than anything. Oh, and you actually have wavy lines. This needs to be in Paint Tool SAI. Like, there's some features I can understand why it's not in Paint Tool SAI, but like, this one is one of the ones where, like, you feel like, yeah, it needs to be in Paint Tool SAI. Specifically this one, like with the dotted line, the wavy line, this dashed line, it would make the most amount of sense, almost. Okay, that's pretty. Look at those pretty flowers. Yeah, they're black and with white outlines, but even be funny if I just left this as the background. I'm not going to, but oh my god. So the next thing I'm going to be testing out is sort of a new feature. It's kind of like an auto color system on Clip Studio Paint, which I found really interesting. I watched a Clipsing Arts video on it, testing it out, and I was very intrigued by it, and my very first attempt at testing this out didn't go so well. It failed horribly. So I thought I would try it with a traditional sketch. Now, I've tried it a little bit with a digital sketch. I kind of tried it on my Christmas Gemba piece, but I've never tried it on a traditional sketch, so I thought I would leave that in for the video. This sketch is basically a redraw of a previous New Year's picture. I'm really hoping that this works. for my traditional sketches, because this is just an easy way of colouring my traditional sketches when I can't be bothered to colour them traditionally. The cleaner the sketch or the line work, the better it's gonna be. So please keep that in mind. So first of all, I've heard what you do is you turn the line work layer, or the layer that has the sketch on it, into a reference layer, and you click this little lighthouse, I think. I'm doing this all from memory and I'm just trying to figure out how it all works. Remember Zoe, this is not a tutorial. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a new layer. I'm just going to do basic colours for this, so I'm thinking of just doing base colours just to make sure it looks okay. Colouring Loki's hair has always been the bane of my existence, so if this works, I'm gonna be very happy. I'm hoping this doesn't fail just because the sketch has a white background. So these are the basic colours. I'm hoping this works. So I go to edit and then colorize. Use hint and colorize. Oh, it's processing, it's processing. Okay, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good, all things considered. Like, I thought it would be worse, but it's not. I really kind of like it. I've actually just put it over the top of that levels correction that just corrects the levels of the sketch and just makes it a lot more smoother. The thing that I've noticed straight away is the fact that it's created gradient over the line work. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that in particular. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go around here with the eraser tool and erase all that. Oh, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Like, obviously it needs major work, but for a first pass, I'm impressed. So after playing around a little bit, I actually decided to duplicate the layer that I had done the colours on, and then put a layer blending mode on, which is pin light. On a first impression, would I recommend this feature for final artworks? Not really. If you want to get a base ready to colour on top of, I think it's a really good starting point. It gives you a really good idea of where your colours can go. I have seen a little bit of the response to this feature being somewhat negative, just being like, oh, this is cheating. Well, it's a tool in an art program. It's not really cheating if it's a tool. And plus, I wouldn't say it's cheating because I would just use it as a starting point. I wouldn't use it as the final thing. This piece is just the Jemba Christmas picture that I was talking about in the last segment. This picture was actually done during Jenna Drawing's live stream with myself and Canary Witch just before Christmas. But in terms of Clip Studio Paint, I have not tested out everything about Clip Studio Paint, and I know that not everything is going to be in this video, so please don't go commenting down below that I missed certain features, because I know I'm going to be learning them over time. But this is a first impressions, and these are the features that caught my eye first. Something I did forget to mention at the beginning of the video when I was talking about the pencil tool, the pen tool as well. Oh my god, I love that too. The pen tool actually reminded me of my line work brush that I have on Paint Tool Sai, but a little bit more intuitive. Obviously with Paint Tool Sai, it basically is due to your own actions, whereas like Clip Studio Paint has a little bit more intuitiveness to it. I don't even know if that's a word, but you know, it has a little bit more of a brain behind it, if that makes sense. One feature that is appearing throughout this video is the color history feature, and oh my god, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that feature. It is so handy to have all the colors you have just used, especially if you want to go back to a color. I cannot tell you how helpful that feature is. I think the final thing that I will ask myself in this video is, will I be replacing Paint Tool Sai with Clip Studio Paint? The answer? No, not completely. And the reason why is because after a little while of using Clip Studio Paint, I was still feeling quite overwhelmed with how much in the way of tools it has. It's kind of the same feeling I have with Photoshop. There's just too much there going on and my brain just can't comprehend so much at once. So I think Paint Tool Sai is very, very good for just calming my nerves when it comes to digital art. But I will be using Clip Studio Paint a lot more and trying to get used to it as well. But I will kind of be using both in tandem together, and I think that's probably the best way my process will continue. Final verdict about first impressions. I'm really impressed with Clip Studio Paint. It surprised me in ways that I never thought I would be surprised by a digital art program, and I was very happy with how a lot of the pieces that I did in this turned out. Now, I've only done the Drawing Your Seas and the Christmas Gemba as final pieces that came out of this, but all in all, I was very happy. Would I recommend Clip Studio Paint? 100%. I really, really liked it. And yes, just before I end off this video, I do realise that this program can do animation as well, but I have the Pro version, not the EX, so I can only do about like, I don't know, 3 seconds of animation before it just says, nope, you need EX. Or at least that's from what I've heard. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like this video, you can like and subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the little bell for notifications for every time I post a video or live stream or whatever I do on my channel. You'll be notified. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye guys.